preview of what this is about. But that's all I could ever give is a preview. It's this word that's going to change you and transform you. It's this that changed me, and I'm telling you, my heart was dark. My heart was wicked. And God did something inside of me that I still can't comprehend sometimes. But God did something awesome and great. But we got to get into our word. We got to. I remember trying to learn how to preach. The reason I say that, trying to learn how to preach, is I felt a calling to preach. And then when I actually had a chance to preach, I just completely stuttered. I thought I became Moses. I had to bring this great sermon. I thought, I was like, man, this is gonna be great, you know. I'm like, Billy Graham's gonna call me to, want to use my sermon. And I remember I got up to preach. Oh man, I stuttered, I messed up, I was all jacked up. So then I'm like, okay, there's a difference. I gotta learn. Just because I'm called to preach, now I got to learn how to preach. And I asked God, I don't know what to do. If you call me to do this, then you got to equip me to do it. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing, God. You really want me? You're putting this desire in me. You're putting this in my heart. I just don't know how to get there. And I remember, I want to share a vision with you. I was laying on my bed. And all of a sudden, I saw myself in this huge meadow with tall grass. And there was like wind blowing. So all the grass was like moving, like waves. And then I remember looking down and I saw somebody's feet and it was sandals. And I looked and it was Jesus. And I've only had 2 dreams where I've seen his face. Other than that, it's always like I see him, but like his face is glowing. But it was him. And he had this huge smile on his face. Because I was just praying. I said, God, I don't know how to get sermons. I can't preach like T.D. Jakes. I can't preach like Billy Graham. I can't preach like them. What do I do? So all of a sudden, I close my eyes and I see this vision. I'm standing there, and Jesus standing there, and he goes, come here, like follow. I don't know if he said follow me or I just started following him. I shared it with some of you guys, and we walked into and there was a stream, like Yosemite water, where it's just clear. You can see the rocks, and it was just pure water. And I was just like, wow. And I noticed a bunch of leaves, giant leaves, like on these like giant leaves like this, but they were white. A bunch of them just flowing down the stream. And I just looked and I was like, wait a second, those aren't leaves. And I remember reaching down. And it was a Bible page. And I realized they were all Bible pages. And I looked at Jesus kind of confused, And he's like, this is where I want you to come before you preach. He goes, he didn't say this, but it came to me in the vision. He says, I want you to preach out of this because it's rushing water. It's clear water, and it's clear, and it's living. It's not stagnant. Don't go trying to preach like somebody else, because when you get it, it'll become stagnant. Amen. I want you to reach down every time you preach and get some fresh pages, some fresh water, something fresh. And this is what I want you to do. And all of a sudden, he disappeared, and I was still there, and then I kind of woke up. And I'm like, wow. And I'm telling you, maybe God speaks to you in a way that you're going to comprehend it and understand it. God's going to talk to you in a way that is going to reach you. That way, reach me. Because I'm telling you, there's days where I don't know what I'm going to preach. And I'm just like trying to figure out what I'm going to preach. I don't know what I'm going to do. And all of a sudden I remember, oh, the stream. All right, God. So I go, lay in my bed or sit down, I close my eyes. And then I see the stream. I never see him there anymore. Just that one time. And I see the stream. Just in vision. And I just kind of walk and I go, and I'll get a verse, and it'll be Hebrews. My word is a living word, a double-edged sword. Okay, all right. And I just give it to you.